just a boy. Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Well, hello, Star Wars fans. We are in the final countdown to Christmas with just 17 days to go. And I've got some visits today. Look, I've got the full Santa look going on, and we've got a box to open. Look, I've got a present. Somebody sent me a present. There's something in there. Oh, that's to me. We're going to open that. We're going to see what's in there. And I've got my friend Jason Ward with me from MakingStarWars.net. How you doing this Friday, Jason?
Pretty good. I'm awake.
You're awake. Well, that's good because it's still early over at the West Coast over there near the Pacific Ocean.
Mm-hmm. Pacific
On
Ocean.
your side of it.
Yeah.
Your side of the Pacific Ocean.
I'll beat up the ocean. I don't care.
Hey, let's see what's in here. I've been dying to know. One of our channel supporters, a good friend, lives there in the Orlando area. Yadi.
Yada.
Yes, Miss Yadira Carlo. She sent this to me, and I've been dying to see what's in it. And so we're gonna open the show by opening a present. Right? We're gonna see what's in here. See what Yadi sent. Yadi has been sending me calendars every year.
Mostly of shirtless firemen, right?
No. She does some fantastic toy photography.
Yeah. It's good.
Really good stuff.
Good. It is really good. Yeah.
There we go. Look, there's stuff in there. What is it? I don't know. Oh, let's see. What's this? What is this? Oh, this is great. You know, the kiddos, I've been visiting with kids for Christmas already. Mm-hmm. And some of the top items for the last few years running have been Lego. And look what the Yachty sent me. Look there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah.
Got Mando and Grogu. There we go.
Right.
Yeah, Papa and Cub. There you go. We got that. What else is in here? Let's see. There's something else. It's in a box. There's a box in the box.
Is it drugs?
No.
Oh, okay.
Then
sorry, Santa Claus.
Although they did legalize something here in the state in Ohio, mm-hmm. But they haven't yet completed the rules on it. So
it's a pumpkin spice.
Let's just call it pumpkin spice. Sure. Let's just call it that. You can legally have it, mm-hmm. but they've not yet approved anybody to legally sell it. Right? Okay. It passed this this election season mm-hmm. to make recreational use of the pumpkin spice legal. So recreational use is legal,
right?
But the selling of the recreational product not legal.
Contradiction.
This is amazing. This, my friends, is absolutely stunning, amazing. Yachty, what have you done? Look at this.
Look at it, you. That's you.
It says Star Wars Santa right on it, right there.
Your head even does that thing you do, where you're
Look,
like,
it does the thing.
Don't-
It does the thing.
don't.
Oh my gosh! I have to open it, right?
No,
I can open. I'm opening it.
No,
I'm doing it.
yeah,
I'm opening it. I'm opening it. Yachty made me a thing. Look at
pretty
that. It's freaking amazing. It's freaking there. I got some stickers that come with it right there. We got the stickers, but look at that. Another little. Let's get him out. Come on out there, me. Come on out, me. Look at that. Got a lightsaber. Look,
That's
he's
cool,
got
man.
a lightsaber right
Yeah.
there. Yeah, holding the present right there. How freaking amazing is that?
It's pretty rad.
that is like Yachty. This is unbelievable. Look at that. She's the best. Oh my goodness.
Good job.
That's made my day. That's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait. What a nerd. Yeah. This is great. This is great. Oh my goodness, that was the best thing ever. So I had to open that. I'm so happy that I opened it right at the beginning of the show. I mean,
Yeah, that was unexpected. I was thinking it was going to be like, I don't know, just like a keychain that says Florida, but it's you.
I'm standing right there. He can watch the show.
Side-eyeing me. Who does
Yeah.
you think you're better than me? You think you're better than me, little Santa?
Yeah. Standing right on the edge of the monitor there. Oh
Honestly,
my
no,
goodness.
honestly, I would put it back in the box because that little elf on a shelf, it'll do stuff to it. I don't trust that little thing around it.
Oh, dang. I went to go to the toy shop and have him come out to join today's show again because I know he's your favorite. He's
Weirdo.
he's right over there. That's great. This is great. Look, it's me. I do you have a pop of you? I don't
No.
think so. Look, I have a pop of
I
me.
get mad when people call soda pop. So I mean, that's me.
Oh my goodness, that was great. So right at the beginning of the show, I got a pop of myself. It says Star Wars Santa right on the box. And then I've got a Lego set here. I got Legos.
When you shook the box, I knew it was Legos. I've heard my kids do that so many times now over the last 10 years that I'm like, I know the sound. I know the jangle.
The jingle and the jangle.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to also start off before we get to the news.
Okay.
But I've been reading another High Republic novel. And
Hey, but that's for nerds. Reading is for nerds. What are you doing, man?
I know. Look,
You're gonna ruin our reputation as cool guys.
I've been keeping up with the High Republic as it goes along, and
Pumpkin
Just as a-
Spice Republic. Get it right.
just as a reminder for folks who may not have been along, Phase 1 of the High Republic, it goes in the same sort of order as the Star Wars movies, right? So the first phase was the middle set, and then the second phase was the prequels. And now we're in the third set, which would be equivalent to the sequels. And just as I think they made a strategic flaw in that whole release schedule, trying to be too cool for school, like just trying to follow along with the way that it went, because reading it chronologically makes more sense. So here's the TLDR for people who didn't read it, right?
Well, really quickly though, isn't that because they want to stay away from Acolyte stuff? Probably. Is that why they're doing it that way, or no? Do you think?
No.
You haven't read it? No, it's just they just thought that made sense.
That would be the way Star Wars is done.
What
You
a
do the middle part
stupid.
first.
that is one of the stupidest ideas I have ever heard of in my life.
It's way dumb.
Yeah.
It's high on the dumb.
Yeah.
But it's the way they did it. So
Okay.
I'm going to tell you how it goes chronologically. So in phase 2, the beginning, it kind of starts with this cult group started by a cult leader who they call it the Path of the Open Hand. And they're all flower children, like passing out flowers in markets and stuff. turns out she had a sister who was Force sensitive that was taken, and she is also Force sensitive, but her Force sensitivity wasn't quite as strong. So her sister got to go be a Jedi. She got left behind, and then she was resentful, and she had a little bone to pick with the Jedi, and this is the
Ahsoka's leaks. Remember, I don't think those panned out at all, but that's the same exact story that those leakers put out.
Yeah, I don't know if
it's real.
Yeah, that's supposed to be for the Acolyte show, right?
Yeah, I don't think it is though.
We'll see. Yeah.
Well. Actually, I'm going to say we now know it's definitely not based off of what you just said. Sorry, go on. They wouldn't let him do it. They wouldn't let him do it if it was going to be in their show.
It's a rinse repeat of the same arc, basically. So she gets super mad about it, and they think of like the butterfly effect. If you use the Force over here to levitate your little pear fruit over to your girlfriend, then that could cause an unintended consequence of the Force doing something somewhere else. Who knows, right? You don't know, so you don't use the Force. And you use the Force, then they want to make it sure that you will never use the Force again. So they come up with these critters that if you're Force sensitive, these critters can just turn you into ash. They suck all the life out of you. You turn into an ash heap and you're gone, right? You're dead. So the more Force sensitive you are, the more risk you are of having that stuff, just having those creatures come in and sap your life force out of you, the Force and the life force into everything. And the Jedi don't know how to combat it. So super, super bad if you're a Jedi. That was phase 1. Okay. And it evolves at the end. They kind of figure out she's got her own agenda. We were all about love and flowers and sharing a gift freely given. That's a term they would constantly use. It's a gift freely given.
Hippie BS.
So there was this young girl. She fell in love with a Jedi, and then he died, and she got really, really upset. Well, her name was Marta Rowe, R-O. Marta Rowe, right?
Marta Jade.
Well, she gets more and more bitter over time. At the end, she ends up the leader of this path of the open hand, except now they've started to use.
Am I right?
They've started to use these like 3 strikes that like a storm, like lightning, and it's now the path of the closed fist. Not the open hand, a gift freely given. Now it's the closed fist, right? We're in for a fight. So that was phase 1. Phase 2 happens long after that. Marta's been gone for a while, but her descendant, Marchion Rowe, R-O, he's the bad guy. He is the bad guy, and he is now in charge of what they call the Nihil.
Wait, hold on. Right? Is his name Martian?
No, Marchion.
It's Martian. They just took Martian and pronounced it like, okay, okay, got
Marchion, Martian, whatever.
Mark the Martian.
So this is Marchion. He's a descendant of Marta, not Force sensitive, but they're of a different kind of character species, right? They kind of think about a shark man, right? They're gray skinned, they got black eyes, and they've got like sharp teeth.
Is it like Riff Tamson from Clone Wars? Is it that species?
No.
Okay.
No, but good. It's a whole new one they came up for this.
So you know what? That's George Lucas's Shark Man. This is our Shark Man.
Yeah. So Marchion, he's not Force sensitive either, but he's in charge of now what has evolved to be what they call the Nihil, path of the open hand, path of the closed fist. Now is the Nihil. Same thing.
Nihilist, man.
It's evolved over time.
Yeah.
And he has a bone to pick with the Jedi. Boy, he does not like them at all. He causes all kinds of havoc, just killing bad stuff. Jedi are dying. Jedi are Like it's a big thing, big thing. That was phase 2. Phase 2, this big battle with the Nile and those folks. Phase 3 has now started off with they have their own area of space that they've conquered. This is our space, you stay out. And they've got a barrier wall around their portion of space. Nobody knows how to get through. If you go through, your ship breaks up apart and you're dead. So don't go through the barrier wall. I don't know how they do it. Nobody knows how they do it. We're waiting to find out. So you've got a bunch of people trapped inside the barrier wall who can't get out, and a bunch of people outside the wall who want to come in to help people, and they can't. Mm-hmm. And that's where this picks up. You end up with this Eye of Darkness. That's the latest book that just came out. It's the first book of Wave 3, and you've got a bunch of heroes trapped on the inside. It kind of starts off early on with this guy, Marcion, whatever. Marcion. Martian.
Lucas.
He takes one of his, they call him the nameless beasts, and he takes a Jedi and he kills him live on air. So for the whole galaxy to see, this is what I'll do if you mess with me. And turns the guy into ash and dust. And then there's other Jedi still stuck on the inside, like, oh, that ain't good. That ain't good. We got to stay away from that dude because we don't know how to battle these things. We don't know how to do it. The people on the outside are like, ooh, that was terrible. We need to stop him from doing that again. But we don't know how to stop those things either. We don't know how to get in. And so there's a big conflict that goes on. This book is excellent. It's a super excellent book. Roland asked a good question. So why did the Empire never implement something like this barrier wall? Well, we've got some questions. This is still a long time before, right? We're still hundreds of years, at least 150 years before the prequels. Once they figure out this,
150 years to figure out why that you can't do that. Or a way around, right? They will find out a way in the story, right? So.
Yeah, because Yoda is in it, all of that. So it could be that it's not a lost technology, as Rick said. It's not necessarily a lost technology. It's a obsolete technology, right? So they come up with this just because it's new now doesn't mean that they won't figure it out and be like, ain't a problem. You just turn this little switch over here, and you're good to go through. Who knows? We'll figure that out. Oh. Jason, be gone. Am I still here? Hello? Am I with you? Are we live? Hello? Who's gone? Me or Jason? Jason or me? Oh, Jason, you're back.
You were locked up for a long time for me, and then it kicked me.
Oh, it was me. Oh, wait, when did I lock up?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's you. So maybe this is just obsolete technology. Once they figure out how to get through it, no, not a problem. We don't know yet. We don't know what the technology is. They haven't revealed it to us as the reader, and you just know it's bad. Also, with these nameless beasts that can just sap the life force out of you, maybe they figure out a way to make them less apt to kill you, right? Nick says I was fine. Okay, so we lost Jason.
You're fine as hell.
But you're back. So that's the book. It ends at a great spot. It's not a super cliffhanger. There's a bunch of stuff we still don't know. Like we don't know how this barrier wall works. We don't know how they're going to overcome these nameless beasts. Yoda is in it. And we know Yoda stays around a while more, so something happens, and they're not around by the time we get to the prequel era. So it's a good book. It's a really good book. I highly recommend. I've been chatting with Star Wars Fitz, Kieran Fitzsimons. Kieran and I have been talking the whole way through, and he also it's maybe one of the best books of the entire series. So Roland says, I think Markion's description you gave is very similar to the race we saw in the Eclipse trailer. Oh, you might be right. You might be right. Let me see something here real quick. Markion Row race. He is a Everini. Everini is what they're called. Like think of Shark Man, right? They're gray bodied, black eyes, and shark like teeth. Right? That's how they're described. So even one point they call them like a shark. I'm like, are sharks in Star Wars? I don't know. Now they are.
They were, like I said, they were in Clone Wars.
Shark, like an actual shark.
An actual
like
shark, yeah.
Yeah. In the book itself, it refers them to, somebody calls them like, oh, you're like a shark girl or something like that to Marta or something. I'm like, okay, then there has to be a reference to sharks somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Why would somebody call somebody like you're shark-like if you didn't know what a shark was? All right. So anyway, those are the fun things that I had coming in. I wanted to share those with everybody. I'm still like super nerded out over the me. It's a me, and it's a Funko. It's Star Wars Santa. I've got a gift. I've got a lightsaber, and it's me. I love it. Okay. We have Star Wars news. There's Star Wars news of the week. And our good friend Bespino, right? Bespin Bulletin, the Bespin of Bulletins, has been sharing things. But before we do that, there's late breaking, brand spanking new, right hot off the presses. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. Hold on. Fitz, what are you thinking, man? Holy moly. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. Fitz, thank you so much. That is quite generous. Thank you. And there's a gift in the mail on its way to you right now. I sent it a day ago. And if Jason sends me $50, I'll send him a gift too.
No. We'll just call him Even Stevens. I'll keep the 50. You keep the 50. That's much.
We're good. Who said my gift was going to be 50?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. I'll
put $1 in an envelope and send it.
$300, $400 at least.
Thank you so much for that, Fitz. Fantastic.
Santa sends me his autograph.
There you go.
Best wishes. I'm like,
so there's brand new information coming out straight hot off the presses from this guy right here. He's been holding on to some leaks, some rumors, some spoilers, and I should probably do this just so you guys don't look here, because this guy was thoughtful enough that when he posted this, look what he did. He put spoilers right there. If you don't want spoilers, this is not the place for you, because this guy has some spoilers, and it's specific to the Skeleton Crew. We've got some Skeleton Crew spoilers coming. You've heard it here first. Yeah, Chris Breezy. I look like Santa today. I do. I've got some visits later. My wife's got to leave early. And look here. Just because Breezy.
Yeah.
We'll go full effect. There we go.
Santa's scoop that on.
We've got scooping. With scooping is brand spanking new. You'll be seeing this make all the rounds here very soon. But you heard it here first, directly from Jason Ward at MakingStarWars.net. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're doing all the things to support this guy and Bespino, right? The Bespin of Bulletins.
Yeah,
make sure you're supporting these guys.
They screwed Bespin this week super hard, by the way. Like, that guy went out, had the Andor thing, like absolutely zero credit for the Andor report. Screen Rant, Campia, Roca, all credit Jermaine, Lucia, and Jermaine didn't do anything wrong. Jermaine reported, he asked them about a press release. They gave like the update, but He's been saying it the whole freaking time. But this is how the game is played. This is the outsider insider game. And it is all about gatekeeping into your little industry. And when you're corporate, you're in. But you would think somebody like Jeff, who's like ditched that shit, would have at least given Bespin the thing since they're both independent, but
it's everybody's trying to get the clicks, everybody's trying to get the views.
Nobody does their homework is the problem.
Well, there's that too. And we're in a slow news cycle, so why give credit to somebody else?
There's even less reason to not do the homework. It frustrates me. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
But sorry, but yeah, it's gone.
When I'm all dressed up, do you drink the Mio energy water through a straw? Yes, that's I do. That's exactly right. I've got a metal straw.
I injected in my glutes.
Right there, that metal straw. That's how we drink it. And out of my Star Wars Santa merch, right there.
I usually sniff it.
And make sure you guys are supporting them, right? So Here we go. This is we're going to view the spoiler, and we're going to let Jason tell us about it. We have our own very subreddit. You guys, Jason Ward kind of started it, and the Bespin and the Jason and the Meg and myself, we're all contributing to this to try to make it a more level playing field out there of reputable news that you can trust, right? From people who are trustworthy, who are responsible in reporting. So, Roland, I just dropped the Mio straight into my eyes like eye drops. There you go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. All right. Oh, there's Bespin. The Bespino is right there in the chat. He says it might not even put out the rest of the stuff. Oh, no, don't bugger it. Just, make sure you're.
Probably is no point.
We saw some folks. Look. I follow some folks that Jason kind of has beefs with, but I saw.
It's not like beefs. It's that they like still lie and they're little childish babies. When it doesn't even need to be that way. Nobody cares about you. You little babies.
I saw some folks reporting. I know. I saw some folks reporting, and they give full credit to the Bespin. Full credit. Up front, in the middle, and all the way through.
To the Bespin when they've been undercutting him on Star Wars News.
I know.
Like that's the game, but that's not. Yeah, it's when they're doing it for a year. I'll be like, good work. But it's so selective. You know what I mean? It really is weird. It's just because like the pie is so big, no one can have it all. You can't have it all. There's enough for everybody.
Let's all get along. Get along. We're going to view the spoiler here and let Jason tell us about it right here. So the Skeleton Crew ensemble cast, like a Goonies and E.T. And that's important to remember because as we go through here, the Ward, are you still with us?
Yeah.
Ward man? Yeah.
Why? I'm still here. Yeah.
You were frozen. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Weird.
You got too hot.
All right. You want to read it or you want me to read it?
No, you read it. It's your story.
Okay.
Let's get it straight from the horse.
Star Wars Skeleton Crew is an ensemble cast, much like Goonies and E.T. However, if there was an Elliot from E.T. or a Mikey from Goonies, it would be a character named Wim, who I think is played by Ravi Cabot-Conyers from Disney's Encanto. He seems to be the character that craves adventure and excitement and leads the bunch. I heard all of this back during production, and I would say there's a 1% chance I mixed up the names. So I'm just like being upfront with that because I heard all of this stuff at one time. Fairly certain Wim is Ravi Cabot-Conyers' character, though. And then and I just like kind of go on to say that one little detail like that. Bespin Bulletin released a great scoop this week about Neil, the Max Rebo best bud of Wim. And I know they filmed the scene of the two sneaking out at night with flashlights, not lightsabers, like real flashlights shot like Steven Spielberg's against the foggy night to get to his ship in the forest. And then while Wim has like this great Brian May hair, like he's ready to join Queen, Neil has his hair that's parted perfectly to the side, like how Eric Cartman's hair is parted when he's playing the good boy to manipulate his mother in South Park. And while Wim fits the hero mold, Neil is hilarious, and he has this little Oshkosh Bagosh overalls and his really straight laced haircut. Like it's perfect. It's funny. Like, and I just like the juxtaposition of those two characters. So yeah, and then so like you have like your wild haired hero, like cool guy, and then you have Neil. So makes me wonder how much like chunk Neil is and how much of he's going to be like the straight edge nerd friend that is Klutz. You know what I mean? Like because obviously he's a little blue elephant. I think he's going to be a Klutz. I think that's where this is going, but I don't know for certain.
I get really, really strong ET vibes from this.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like something happening at night. They went out to explore with the flashlights.
Yeah.
That's how they found the ET back in the day. So they were out there doing that. So I get really, really strong ET vibes from it, which is right there with Amblin. It's what you put in the very first sentence, right? Goonies and ET. This is great. I just hope that the Star Wars community doesn't get too lost on things like flashlights.
Yeah,
we've seen flashlights in Star Wars before, my friends. This isn't the first time we've seen a flashlight. So
it wasn't what we had an Ewok adventure.
Yeah, and plus we saw it in the Rise of Skywalker.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a flashlight in there. There's, of course, quoting the sequels as a source isn't going to be sufficient for some folks, but
let's not even acknowledge them because they don't like what we do anyway. So who cares?
Right. Glow sticks. Yeah. So we've had things before. So it's pretty cool. We've got it. So you kind of mentioned
his name is Wim. Yeah, Wim.
WHIM.
Mm-hmm.
Wim. And isn't this if you listen to the trailer, can't you hear his name?
You might be able to.
Okay,
I wasn't there. I wasn't at Celebration, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I wasn't either. I've only seen the cell phone versions of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that you can hear the mention. So if you just want some more cooperation,
and you're like,
right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but let's put it this way: it's been out for I don't know since Celebration, and nobody has mentioned it. I even did a quick, unlike other scoopers in this game. When I go to put something out, I will oftentimes Google it or do a little Reddit search. Oh, did anybody else say it? Just to make sure I'm not taking credit for somebody else's work because that's just crappy to do. So I looked it up. Nobody's even said it. So I don't know if it's in the trailer. You probably can't understand it.
Well, and it all it does is corroborate your story.
Yeah,
it just says.
I'm only getting started. I got a couple more. I'm gonna drop a couple more things over on probably on our Star Wars news. Like very
fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. So we've got Wim and Neil are best buds. Is how you're reporting this, right?
Yeah, I mean, and they are a little gang, but yeah, it does just based off of some things that I've seen over the last year. I get more of the impression that they're like there's a group of 4 of them, and then they're the 2 best buds, and then they got their droid.
All right, and we tie that over here to Bestman's news.
Yeah.
Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here. Am I still here?
Okay, my plug-in for the teleprompter, is glitchy. So it went off and it come back on. And it went off, come back on. So I wasn't sure if it was just a teleprompter acting up or if it was something else. So there we go. So this Bestman's article tells us that the other dude we have here is the Max Rebo kid, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, that character is gonna be the character that I think they are gonna sell the series with. I think it would be inappropriate to say it's like Baby Yoda but
Right.
imagine Baby Yoda. You know how Baby Yoda wasn't intended to be what it became, but it was like that's what I would say he is. He's this, and I would also say, like, just based off of some of the like CGI things that I've seen, I don't think the leaked trailers or any of that give a really good impression. Like I said, the guy has hair, and you can't even tell, like, in those cams. It's not obvious. So
well, that's what you put in here, right? You said where is it?
It's a little Eric Cartman. It has a little Eric Cartman hair parted like to the side. It like he's getting his picture taken, like on picture day at school. Like it's very cute. It's funny. But I also like me and Besson were talking about this, like, I don't know, 6 months ago now. It's been a while. We were like, yeah, but they also didn't think the Grogu in the mech was funny, and we were laughing about that when we first saw it and heard about it. You know what I mean? We were like, oh, that's going to be like funny, but
I thought it was good. The Grogu in the mech was good. It was enjoyable. And so
I put out that like story, and just like it was just like crickets. People are just like, that's dumb. I don't care. I don't get it. You know what I mean? And
yeah. So Neil, that little elephant boy.
And it's funny his name is Neil. It's like that's something like you put out the story, and once again, it's hilarious that his name is Neil. Like, that's funny. That's like, it's such like an average little dork name, you know. And I mean that like with love. Like, it's like, that's a guy I would play Fortnite with, Neil. But he's a little blue elephant, which is, you know what I mean? And then and he's got his little Oshkosh Bagosh like overalls on and everything, and his little flashlight, and it's hilarious.
It's good. It should be great. So Bespin told us a couple days ago that we're going to see Neil. He exclusively had the name reveal for our little Max Rebo blue elephant boy.
I was the second source, so if it's wrong, it's my fault.
Oh boy. So there you go. That was big. So we've gotten some good Skeleton Crew news this week from you and Bespin Bulletin. There was also another story, or a couple other stories this week, that Andor season 2 delayed to 2025. Now this was, again, Bespin did a little bit of a victory lap, which deservedly so, right? But we knew that was somewhat at risk, right? This isn't like earth shattering, at least not in my mind. Am I wrong?
Well, one of the things that like I've noticed is that people don't realize it's 2024 now.
Yeah.
People see, oh, it's New Year's, now it's 2024. No, it's if you think about things like and how things really work in real life, it's 2024 now. It's less than 30 days until we will be in 2024. And like Grand Theft Auto comes out in 2025. People are like, oh my God, it's so far away. It's like, no, it's next year. Think about it. It's not really that far. It's a year away.
3 weeks is 2024. Right? Yeah, like we're just like 3 weeks from 2024. So not that big a deal.
But what he is really saying here, at least the way I take the meta message of his articles is expect 2 Star Wars shows a year now. Don't expect more than that.
Live action.
Content, the content we have, cartoons is whatever. But they're gonna space it out. There's gonna be like a first half show and a second half show, probably in some way. You know what I mean? Like it's like kind of the idea, but the release schedule as he's kind of showing it, which I believe he is most like in his guess, I think is most likely right that we will have a show middle of the year, which will be Acolyte. Oh, sorry, no, I mean Mando, and then we will have like a show later on. And I think he says like they always like to do August. I don't remember what he says in this article specifically for which one goes where, but it does seem like they have classically liked August, late August, like August 23rd was supposed to be Ahsoka, and it kind of goes back. So you could kind of do the math. Month 8 is most likely going to be one of the release dates of the 2024 show.
Yeah, it bears being very specific about this because when this kind of news started breaking, it was because there was a publication that posted, or Disney posted a thing that said, here are the shows in 2024. And or it was Lucasfilm or somebody, I can't remember what the start of it was, but they posted the shows, and they only posted these two, right? They only posted Acolyte and Skeleton Crew, and they said, oh, that means Andor's gone, and they didn't mention Bad Batch. So Bad Batch is probably they mentioned, I think the comment was something to the effect of, they mentioned Marvel animated shows, but they didn't mention Star Wars animated shows. So because
it's not
Marvel,
the same company. I mean, that's
not
all
Star
that
Wars.
Is.
Then that means Star Wars isn't going to have Bad Batch, and I don't think that's true. That's not what anybody's saying. I think that we're still expecting Bad Batch to be probably, unless something surprising happens.
No, nothing surprising is going to happen.
I think Bad Batch will be the first Star Wars of 2024.
If people show gratitude towards Bespin Bulletin, they would probably have the Bad Batch release date already. But here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. So I'm absolutely expecting Bad Batch to be the first Star Wars show of 2024. The second one to be the Acolyte, and that's very well, as you were just saying, could be August.
But for Star Wars though, this is like talking about the minor leagues and the major leagues as if they're the same league, and it doesn't operate that way. It has nothing to do with how much, with the quality of the show, if you like it or you love it or any of that. There's just a huge difference between like a $130 million live action endeavor and a cartoon that they're like, well, it's not premium. It's not premium content for the channel.
Oh, it's sure. But I mean, for myself and lots of other folks, I like all the Star Wars, and I like to get an idea when my next Star Wars will be. And for me, the next Star Wars includes the Bad Batch. So I care about it.
But when people start doing their analysis and going, oh my God, the sky is falling. And it's like, no, it's not. You just need to understand that like Bad Batch is Sonic Youth and that's Prince. It's two different leagues. It's two different men. I like Sonic Youth better than Prince. Yet if Prince releases something, the world cares a lot more than when Sonic Youth releases something. That's just the way it is. And not everything is the same scale, scope, and cost. I mean, I don't know why that's so hard. I love the Clone Wars better than the Mandalorian, hands down. And if they decide to make another season of the Clone Wars with something else where Asajj Ventress dies, I'm going to love that more than the first episode of Mando season 4. Promise you that. However, I have the perspective that the world isn't going to care at the same level, and it don't cost the same. But we're always back to like that thing, and I think the lines got blurrier with Ahsoka and Rebels, because Ahsoka just a Rebel season 9, and it's like, no, not really, guys, but okay. I mean, respectfully, I like the show. It's two different like things.
Yeah, I'm just clarifying. I'm not here to beat other people up for what they report.
Well, I want to beat up Roland specifically.
No, Roland's a good guy. No, Roland's a great guy.
Got it coming.
But
no, he says facts, Jason. No, he's good. He's one of the good ones. I take it back.
I know, and Roland's a good guy. Bad Batch, first thing. The Acolyte, probably the second thing. And whether the Acolyte is
Acolyte, which we keep saying, Bespin, and I'll second it. It's the flagship show of Disney Plus for 2024. That's the one. That is the show. It wasn't canceled. It paid its taxes. It was made over 8 months. It went into post-production. They did visual effects. They cut a trailer, showed it at Celebration. They didn't just film a trailer. They filmed the whole thing. And if it sucks, there's going to be lots of tears at Lucasfilm. Lots and lots of tears, because it will be, if it sucks, that is their, oh my gosh, we failed. We messed it up. It's not an experiment. This is the thing where they're like, oh, this is gold. This is solid.
Well, I want to I want to talk about some of that kind of thing in a bit, But
Okay.
but the Acolyte, it'll be May, June, July, or August. We don't have a firm start date. I think Bespin is onto something, saying they love August. August is maybe.
I want it earlier, not because that is just like, I think if you're going to only have 2 shows, don't have one going like at the end of summer all the way up into the fall, and then right as you hit like Halloween to Christmas, another show. It's so close. It's 2 so close together. Like I would rather have them like one mid-year and one at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's my hope. They don't.
Yeah, I mean May 4th is a neat day, right? That's a neat day. Just because for fans celebrating May the 4th,
you get like 20%, maybe 22% off a T-shirt. I mean, it's crazy.
It's just fun, it's fun. Bespin, you're a turd.
Man, send it. He made me read the article.
You want your article read? You come on and read it yourself. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Cite yourself, Bespin. Cite yourself. We got him. We got him good.
Oh, he'll be on in like 2 minutes. He's like, on. No, Jason. Oh, okay. You're still there. You died for a minute. Okay, I got you. Just again, without getting it too far off topic.
Yeah.
First thing is Bad Batch, then Acolyte, somewhere in the summer window, May to August, something like that. Probably August. Bespin's got a great point. Probably that. Then we'll get the Skeleton Crew, which you two have been breaking news on this week. So,
my show now. So here we're going to go to Bespin Bull.
Hello? Yeah,
it's weird. It keeps dropping me, but it's not my internet's totally stable. So it's service.
So, I thought it's Bespin
thing.
He's yeah.
Oh, Bespin, stop, man. Just get over it, dude.
he's messing with my internet now. No.
Hacker?
He stated that the holiday season, Thanksgiving to Christmas and that kind of late November, December area was when we should probably expect to see the Skeleton Crew.
I've heard 3 times holiday season 2024,
which then throws Andor. This is where we started this. Throws Andor into 2025,
and Mando will film in 2024 and also be the second show of 2025.
And Andor is, would you say, more than halfway done with filming?
Oh no! According to the trades, there was an estimated 2 to 3 weeks or something like that of shooting left to like do.
Yeah,
and but however, when you have a showrunner who's doing the show for the whole time and then leaves around the very end of the production, I have to question how much of that has to be reshot. Or if anything, will they allow it? Will they pay for it? Did they just decide we're just going to save those moments until Gilroy gets back? Like there's big questions that we won't know the answer to until Gilroy probably starts to do his press.
Well, my perception.
Yeah.
I just still got all that going on, but like the vast majority of the filming for Andor season 2 is already getting it ready for 2024 would not be impossible at all. It's just saying with the scheduling delays and things that have happened because other projects, and this is going to lead immediately into the next discussion point, actors, directors, studios have other things that have kind of now bumped in front of for them to get rescheduled to get on the on the calendar is going to push things out, which ties directly into the other story about how the Daisy Ridley led film, the Ray movie, for lack of a better term right now, the Ray movie was rumored to start filming in like April, but that is just as unlikely, right? Because this rumor of April 7th, not only is April 7th Meg's birthday, it's Daisy Ridley's birthday, and it's a Sunday, right? So there you go. Star Wars Meg.
Well, they got birthday. Church, so there's no way it's happening.
Well, there's so much, right? Yeah. And Daisy's in other projects. So let's see if we get into Bestman's article here. I'm going to skip the part until we get after the Ko-Fi and Patreon. It says, according to production list, the untitled Ray Skywalker movie led by Daisy Ridley is looking to begin shooting Sunday the 7th. The listing specifically mentions the flick will begin shooting on that date, and not just it marks the start of production. Bestman goes on to say, personally, I don't believe this date. Yes, the Daisy Ridley-led movie is supposed to film next year at Pinewood, London, according to my sources, but to Bestman's sources. But specifically when, I don't know. I'm not overly familiar with production lists. He's come across it a few times. It's hit and miss here and there. He says, but he goes, if the April start date feels familiar, it's because it is. In the summer, Jeff Schneider, who's very reliable, said, hoping to begin casting the Ray movie by September 4th of this year, that they were looking to begin filming in April 2024. So Jeff Schneider said that. These comments made by Schneider were pre-strike, and likely things have moved since then, right?
Look at Bestman citing Jeff Schneider. That's so nice. Yeah. I bet Jeff Schneider will cite Bestman someday.
Well, I don't know. He took, you guys are going to lead me down a rabbit hole. I'm going to, Spreezy's $100. One day he'll answer a question. Who knows? We'll see. The films.
Spreezy will do it. Spreezy will do it.
The film's lead, Daisy Ridley, is currently filming an action movie called The Cleaner. It will focus her efforts on the thriller We Bury the Dead, which begins filming in February in Australia. Now we're getting closer to April, right? It says, with those two projects likely being priorities for Ridley as well as Star Wars, though neither series in the time of writing have a start date that I could find. Daisy Ridley did recently share she believes her untitled Skywalker film will be the next movie to be released, which is May 22nd of 2026. And right now she's in, sometimes I think about dying, yada, 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 blah, 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 right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so when there is an update, you'll let us know.
The thing is that the movies classically have shot over the summer, and you would see builds beginning in April. I think some of them were even as early as February before, and for a summer shoot, because like why pay people overtime when you have the time? Just do it. Don't just do it straight. It saves money. And but what's going to happen this time is one of those Star Wars bloggers who knows somebody whose sister works at Pinewood. It's going to be like, they're going to start building a railing. And they'll be like, they're filming! The filming is now! And it's not going to be accurate. I promise you. I promise. That's exactly what's going to happen. And in my opinion, it's not crazy for things to start building in April. But to me, it would be crazy to start filming then. And
well, the other big part of that story is
either builds don't need a script; they just need a draft.
The script isn't done by all reports. There's several versions likely out there.
There was like one report's like, oh, he turned in his draft, and then the same people go and then say, oh, he didn't turn in his draft, and that's why this report's fake. It's like you just want to be in the mix. Want to be in the mix on a story when you're not in the mix. Like it's a complete contradiction. So which is it? Did he turn in the draft? Do you have that? Or did he not turn in the draft? Do you not have it? You know what I mean? It's and to not acknowledge that in the article where you're clearly just contradicting yourself is weird to me. But that's why I just think it's all bullshit. Probably, most likely. You know?
Well, I think it's he had a discussion. Daisy in an interview said something about she knows what the story's about, but she's not read the scripts.
Yeah.
And the story was different than she thought it was. She was surprised. She's excited, right? All those things. Okay. That's fine. But it doesn't seem that there is a, production ready script yet.
But it's like I keep saying, that is irrelevant because we have a season of building to do before they even film.
No, it's just more evidence, right?
Yeah. That's why I think this is all BS on top of BS on top of BS.
Yeah,
is what I'm trying to say. Like there are little signs, little things that happen along the way as we ramp up to it, and none of that is happening right now.
Yeah, I get it, and it's just that the Acolyte, Andor, slipping to 2025 this is all part of the issue. Is even though the vast majority of Andor's filming is likely done, at least that's my perception. I don't know, but the vast majority
about that. What my friend at Lucasfilm was telling me about that, right?
Yeah,
they don't specifically know, but they think that they're not going to film the rest of Andor until the season is appropriate.
Because, I see.
Once we get out of the winter and stuff, like I don't know where that. Let's just pretend they're filming outside Bespin Bolton's backyard in Wales. You can't do that. What you were doing in the spring right now, it doesn't look the same. Fog, everything's different.
I got you.
So I think that might be one of the parts of the reasons why Andor is going down the street. But that's a guess.
Yeah. So if you're shooting outdoors and it's supposed to be snowing, you either have to wait for it to snow, or you have to go somewhere where it's snowing, or you have to produce snow. And if you are doing something where the leaves are supposed to be green and the flowers are bloomed and it's supposed to be beautiful, you either got to wait until that happens or go somewhere where it is and have the same sort of landmarks, scenery, so on and so forth. So you really do need to be careful about that. So that makes total support. And I wanted to address this question by This Is the Way. It's a good question. It says it's disappointing Disney can't predict dates for shows. They're so massive with experience and they keep delaying. There's, again, this is my perception. I'm being careful how I say this because the streaming scheduling seems to be something the industry is trying to figure out. If it were going on ABC, sure, they would have known long time ago. If it's going to a theatrical release, sure, those things get negotiated way in advance. The way the streaming platforms work seems to be more fluid. And so while they may say, oh, we're going to release Kenobi in July,
right,
or August, and then they say, oh, well, Disney Plus, Disney, the parent company, comes back and says, actually, it'd be a lot better if we pushed you to September, and we're gonna do it in September. It's because they're still figuring out how this fluid environment works, and then the other big portion of it is figuring out this whole budget process. How much money can you put into a direct-to-consumer product, even if you're getting subscriptions? And how do you figure out the subscription model? Is it gaining subscriptions? Are you losing subscriptions?
It's their job.
Viewers.
It is their job. So I'm not like, oh, poor Disney, can't figure it out. It's like,
I'm not saying that. I shouldn't come across that way. No, I'm just saying.
But they never gave us release dates. So for Disney, there is no delay.
Well, look, the whole thing, I mentioned Kenobi for a reason, right? Mm-hmm. Kenobi was scheduled and then they moved it. That was clear. There were promotional things that had it on there and then they moved it. And that we're going now to, apparently the model is 2 live action series a year for Star Wars. Who knows for Marvel, but 2 live action for Star Wars. a couple, 2 or 3 for animation. The reason I say couple 2 or 3 is because I throw in with animation not only series like the Bad Batch, but you end up with the specials, the holiday specials, the Lego holiday specials. I count that, even though it's maybe just one show. It's still an animated project. And Visions or Tales of the Jedi, like all of those kind of things happen. So if you're getting 2 live action shows, 2 or 3 animated projects a year, that seems to be sort of how things are leveling out. And I see Bestman's given some thanks to this is meant to say it earlier this week, but thanks for the support, Mike Yaney. Means a lot. We do have some folks here that care quite a bit about Bestman. And there's Rob Sketchcraft says, I suspect the future is streaming as charging extra for premium shows as Kenobi. That's probably true, as well as we know they're coming up with these ad tier. You want to get your show without ads, you're going to pay more. I still think there's probably a tier market for early access. I know they played around with that when they were competing with theatrical releases, saying you pay $30 and you can get this movie as it's still in the theater. That didn't seem to work out the way that they need it to make that entirely viable. But I could see them saying down the road some sort of extra tier that gives you earlier access to content than if you're just slumming it.
Well, to go back to what the commenter was saying, though, the thing that you have to realize is that Disney can't figure out a strike. I like I said, I'm not here to go, oh, Disney, poor baby, got complications. Like I don't care. That's what they make the big bucks. But there was a strike, and over the course of that strike, for about 2 months before, there was no one really wanted to start anything new, and because they knew it wasn't going to make it. And then you have like 6 months ish of the strike. So when you get down to it, you lost a year of production time. So what do? What are you supposed to do? Make shows really fast and make up? You can't do that. It doesn't work that way. You got to move around what you got. So instead of having 3 Star Wars shows in a year, we get 2. And that's why that happened. And nothing is going to change that for anybody. There's absolutely nothing they can do other than not having been greedy jerks in the first place and just ended the strike immediately. And every single thing. And when you look back at the strike, it was for nothing because they were greedy idiots. And that's where we ended up.
It depends which side you're talking about, right? I just want to be clear about that.
For them. I don't think it was for them. I think they lost a lot more than they gained.
Yeah.
And it was all in hopes that they would lose their houses and do what they wanted. And Bob Iger didn't realize, most people don't actually have houses, so who cares?
Yeah.
In Los Angeles especially.
Yeah, I think the studios hope that they would break the back of the unions did not come to fruition. So when you say it came to nothing is because
for them.
At the end of the day, it didn't break them, and the unions got pretty much what they were asking for on the front side of it. Maybe not exactly. I wasn't there. I don't know, but I get just from reports.
Yeah, when you look at how it shook out, it really should have been taken a month. But everybody was, like I said, they like you said, they were trying to break the back of the union. They wanted Bob Iger wants people to look back and go, wow, he really busted those unions just like Walt Disney did. And it's like, no, that ain't gonna happen because Walt Disney there wasn't Twitter and social media and ways for people to actually communicate. Back then there was easier to break the strike, stop communication, alter it, mess with it. Today, not as easy as it used to be.
Yeah. And Spreezy's comment, be shocked if Disney Plus was still around in 2027.
I think we need it. I'm with him. I don't think we need it. I think it's stupid.
Oh, it's going to be there. They're not going anywhere. These streaming services are going to be here. This is a direct to consumer. You get the middleman out of the process, and I understand where some folks fly on it.
Is where I go like, I think if they could look back and see what it was, I don't think they would have done it. But they're
Are
already
you kidding me?
they're already
You know how much money they made during COVID because they had it and it was they were correctly positioned, and Disney Plus ended up being a tremendous service during COVID, right? And it's I think that going forward it won't look quite like what you think it's going to look like or what it has looked like, but I don't see it going anywhere. As the talented Mr. Ripley said, right? I think that's Mr. Ripley. It might cut off, and I can't read the rest of it. He says, Griffith. Sorry, the talented Mr. Griffin, right? He says people may be on the fence about Disney Plus with the Hulu audience added in. They're locked in. I completely agree that.
Mine merged.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, I'm in the beta. I got the Hulu and Disney Plus as one thing right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's weird. I'm watching It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia on Disney Plus, and it like gives me cognitive dissonance.
So if you log into Disney Plus, is it just another tab like the Pixar?
Star Wars, Pixar, National Geographic, Hulu. It's like all.
It says Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious about the branding of it as well.
Yeah.
So,
it's basically just like a little subcategory that you.
Yeah. I think all these streaming services will still have their own platforms. But will you get the same sort of investment in original programming to launch directly on the platform as you have in the past? Probably not. It ends up as a better place to park some of your content as it rotates. And I say that because I think the cable market is going to eventually bleed out. So the Disney XD and those things, I think eventually those things will completely drift off, because why pay Comcast and Spectrum and everybody else to host your Disney XD when Disney XD can be hosted internally and folks can get all your content directly in your own platform? And there's why I think at the end of the day, we had this whole move to, cut the cable, and that pushed a lot of people off of cable. I know for myself, I got rid of the landline for my phone, and I got rid of cable. I put an antenna up to pull in all my digital signals locally, and I subscribe to all the streaming services that I want to watch any content on. If I want to watch, what is it? That time travel one that Scott Bakula was in back in the day.
Quantum Leap?
Quantum Leap. If I want to watch Quantum Leap, the old one and the new one, I can subscribe and watch that live, right?
How is the new one? I saw one episode that wasn't sold, but did you keep watching it?
It's okay. It's okay. There's a thread in there about him and his fiance, wife, girlfriend, lady. And the separation this has caused.
Love. Sorry,
it's not bad. It's the same idea though, right? It's still Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
It's the episode of the week kind of thing, and it's same for watching, say, the new version of Magnum PI or whatever the show you want to watch. You can watch it live on live TV with commercials, or you can watch it on their streaming service. And if you want to catch the old Magnum PI, you can go get that. Or you want to watch the new Quantum Leap, you can go get that. You want to watch what somebody put in Enterprise? Yep, you can go get that too. Whatever show that you want to watch, they're on their own platforms. And as these contracts start to age and they come to fulfillment, then there's going to be strong negotiations. Oh, you would like to get Star Wars back? No, we're going to host that ourselves. Or you would like to get The Mandalorian on your Netflix? Netflix, you'd like to pay to get a season of Mandalorian? Okay, you can have season 1 for 8 months.
$10.
And then give us this much money. Right. Yeah. I think we'll see a lot of that.
That's why I think they would probably make more money doing that instead of having to pay for Disney Plus itself. I don't know how accurate it is, but I heard like the operating cost for it per month is insane.
Well, I got to look and see. I saw it at one point that it is high, but if you break it down per you break it down for your number of subscribers, right? If a subscriber's paying, say, to make it easy math, right? Say $10,
$3,
$20. Let's say they're making $20. It's $20 a month to have their service. Let's just say, if the cost of that is $8 for them, there's still $12 on the front side of it they're making from every consumer, right? And that's not an insignificant amount of money. But then you have to bake in how much money are you going to spend to get season 4 of The Mandalorian or another direct to streaming content. Right?
Yeah.
You've got to really be careful about that. And that's the budget that's been upside down. And once they get those budgets corrected, then I totally believe that they're going to keep those streaming services because there's still enough margin on there.
I don't think it'll go away at all.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah. I'm with you there. Like,
yeah,
they're already in it. They're in it. Yeah, if they were to step away from it, it would be such a sign of weakness. If they just decided to go a different direction, it would be bad for the company.
Well, and it was tremendous for Disney company to have Disney Plus during COVID. They made so much money off of that.
But
it kept them afloat.
But they're a publicly owned company, and it's what have you done for me lately? With all of that stuff was where we're
and that's where the budgets have got to come in line with the new content.
With everything on them, they just got spoiled. They had a decade of coasting on the IP and having the core easy stuff like, oh, Han Solo's back and Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker are back. Oh, and look, it's Captain America. And then once they cash all those, then they're like, okay, we could still make these $300 million movies. And they're like, no, you can't. You're crazy.
No, they've got to get the budget right. Yeah, which leads us to the next topic, last topic of the day. And before we get to the last topic of the day, I'd like to do the Mike Porter dad joke because we've already gone over an hour. Let's get the Mike Porter dad joke. It says, what would a fungi say if it was a Jedi?
So it's going to be a play on the word fun guy.
Or it would be, may the spores be with you.
You got me, Mike. You got me.
There you go. Make sure you guys are following the Mike Porter on the Twitter, used to be Twitter X thing.
8th grade science teachers are writing it down like, this is good stuff.
That's right. That's right. The link to Mike Porter's Twitter X is in the description here.
It should be the chosen pun.
Rob, it should be the chosen pun.
I don't know what's taking this so long for you to accept who you are now.
He needs to rebrand that. The Twitter platform as the chosen pun. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the last topic is tied to this Rey movie and what you just mentioned, Bob Iger. We talked about this last week, Jason, about Bob Iger's interview that he did about the content has to be king over the messaging, right?
Right. And let them lose their houses. He's the same man. He's a jerk. I
understand what you're saying. But the point is, if you're going to make your Captain America or your Star Wars or your
Scrooge in this instance,
Scrooge or your live action remake of the whatever, in all of those cases, no matter what it is, it has to be compelling. It's got to give people reason to go to the theater to see it. It's got to give people a reason to go buy your service. It can't just be rinse and repeat rehashing of the same stories.
And I'm telling you, all it is that they're not going to market it. That's the only difference. That's all that's going to change. Is that they're not going to market their inclusivity anymore because they realize that people are growing at it. But nothing's going to change. It's going to take like 3 years before we even see anything from what he's saying today. By that point, he won't even be there anymore in theory. But he might,
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But it's this, and this is, again, we talked about it last week. It bears coming up again because of what you just mentioned. using the IPs to make money rather than content to make money. It's just like, we'll throw Star Wars on it, it'll make money. We'll throw Marvel on it, it'll make money. We'll throw The Little Mermaid on it, it'll make money. I talk to kiddos all the time. Who's your favorite princess? Oh, it's Ariel. It's whoever. Right? They still love The Little Mermaid. They do. Rapunzel came up this week. Right? A little girl said her favorite princess was Rapunzel. Great. You get plenty of that kind of thing going on, but you can't just count on cashing the checks. You've got to make sure that the budget for the project is there, the story is compelling, and it makes people want to go see it. The examples of Spider-Man, Barbie, and Oppenheimer are proof that people will go see your animated, your live action, or whatever, right? They'll go see your movie if it's a compelling reason to go. Mm-hmm. And this Rey movie, I desperately want it to be compelling. And I've seen all kinds of comments out there about, I don't like Rey, I don't like her character, there's no compelling reason for me to be interested in any movie that she would be in. Why are you doing this? Give me another Darth Vader movie, whatever, right? It's like, I'm just saying, I threw that in there as bonus. They didn't say that. But
Star Wars fans like, yeah, do it. He is Star Wars. He's got feelings, and his mom. He wants his mom back. Put him back together with his mommy. So.
But I love Rey's character. I'm excited to get a movie with her in it, but it doesn't take away that the vast majority of audience out there won't go see a movie. Doesn't matter if it's a Rey movie or Darth Vader movie or whatever, if it's not a compelling story to make them want to go see it. Otherwise, they'll wait for it to come out on a streaming service, or they'll just not watch it at all.
But it's also like the stories aren't the stories being compelling isn't even what puts people in the theater. It's the promise of it. It's the consumer confidence that the story isn't going to be something that they've already, you know what I mean? Like for the most part, especially with Star Wars, everybody's like, I don't want spoilers. Don't spoil me. A spoiler alert on everything. And you're like, yeah, okay. And then so what they're going, but I always say like before Book of Boba Fett, it's the first example because I know everyone's gonna have their opinion on that. But Boba Fett was a half-baked character for like 40 years. And when the Boba Fett series was coming, it was an opportunity for Boba Fett to justify his existence, to become a better character. Yeah. You could not like Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi and Attack of the Clones. Just pretend you hate them, right? You might like the Boba Fett series because it was an opportunity. It was a blank slate. Nobody knew what it was going to be. And you could not like 7, 8, and 9. And this next Rey movie might be your favorite movie of all time. Because you don't know until it happens. There's nothing fundamentally broken about Rey herself. It's not like, oh no, she speaks backwards like Jar Jar Binks. So, some people will never ever like Jar Jar Binks. They just find him inherently annoying. And I find so that you end up with a flawed marketable character. Oh, a hot British lady with a lightsaber. Oh, how are we going to sell that? No, that's one of the easiest things to sell to people, to us specifically.
Right,
and
right.
So it's like if it was episode 10, then maybe you would even have the argument there, but it's not, which means it's not necessarily a continuation of what you had before. It's the character 15 years later. So,
well, again, it's got to be a compelling reason for people to want to go see it. I hope that it is.
And just Rey having a student 15 years later is not compelling. It's like, what a moron.
That's not enough. It's not enough.
That makes you sound stupid.
It's
there
not
has to be like a good threat or a good reason. Like what is the drive of the story? And the drive of the story is what makes people get into the theater.
And we have no idea at this point. No idea. Yeah, we can't say yay or nay on it. We just don't know. And that's sort of the thing. And it ties to you can't throw Star Wars on it and expect to be good. And I make the same argument. If it's the Anakin story, the Padme story, the Darth Vader story, yeah, you're going to attract a certain audience because they're just obsessed with those characters. That's great. That's fine. I have no issue with that whatsoever. Sure. But as the vast audience around the globe that's outside of your little sphere, that we have here, then is it going to be mass marketable to make people want to get out to the theater just because it's got Darth Vader walking around? Maybe not. I don't know. But the story's got to be there. And I don't think just throwing Rey, putting her name in there, it's about her and some students meandering around the galaxy is enough to make people like, oh, I got to go see that. Right. And it's the same if it's Captain America or if it's Spider-Man or the Hulk. It doesn't matter. Whatever your character is, the character alone isn't going to sell. It's the story. And I think that's what Iger was kind of getting to, is they've got to make these stories better. They've got to make them mean something. And I would throw that out there for their daggone live action remakes of the animated shows, right? Mm-hmm. I don't need to see song for song, shot for shot, the same movie. I just don't care. Yeah. Give me a compelling reason to go see your live action remake. And I don't care that you've got, big name actor, actress, whatever in the lead. Doesn't matter if it's the same movie, shot for shot, scene for scene, song for song. Meh, I already saw that. I don't need to go pay whatever it is at a theater to go see it with a different.
But then it's not format. A cartoon, so I ain't a little dumb kid. I mean, that's the thing.
Yeah. So the Rey movie and Andor, not 2024. Well, the Rey movie will start filming sometime in 2024, most likely not in April. Andor will get back to shooting. You made a really good point that it'll start shooting again when the environment it needs to shoot in is
and I would expect that Rey movie to be shooting over the warmer months for sure. But so if we start seeing builds for sets going up in April, would not surprise me in the slightest. But there's a difference between that and like filming. Actual production, people cast and acting and filming it.
Well, think about it. If you stopped filming in middle of July 2023 and you need to do the next shot, can you shoot that in March of 2024? April of 2024? No, you're probably going to need to wait till mid-July of 2024. Just like, if it's going to be a continuation of the same shot, it's going to have to be the same environment that you had, or it's just not going to work. You got to reshoot the entire thing. If you want to do that, then sure, you could start filming in April, Andor season 2, but you got to go back and reshoot all the stuff that you did in May, June, and July of 2023, and that doesn't necessarily make sense.
Right.
So push it 2024. It's just not that hard.
But also on top of that, they don't want to release 3 Star Wars shows in a year anymore, anyways, because they have to spread all around that they got. So that's
why I keep bringing up this budget thing, right? They've got to get if you're making, $7.50 per subscription after costs, then you can't make something that's going to cost $10 per subscriber.
Yeah.
And think that you're going to get your money back. And you've got to have a margin on there. There's got to be, it can't just be a break even. They got to make money on it.
Star Wars fans should unsubscribe to Disney Plus right now if they are only subscribed for Star Wars. Right now is the time to unsubscribe until,
it's the same for Marvel. Marvel doesn't have anything right now.
Yeah,
you can wait. My boss.
That's always the thing. It's always the what about Marvel stuff, and I'm like, I don't care about Marvel stuff. So I'm guy for me. So I'm like, it's not worth it.
My boss at work's a Marvel guy. Yeah, but he waits until there's like 3 or 4 of them queued up.
Oh, okay.
And then he subscribes. He blasts through all of them in a month, and he turns it back off again. He's a 1 month subscriber infrequently, right?
Yeah.
So he just waits. He's like, sure, I can't watch Winter Soldier while it's streaming. I just
But
disconnect
if you're
from
not
that.
if you're not in the culture, so to speak, if you're not like on like Twitter talking about it with your Marvel friends or your Star Wars friends, it doesn't matter. You can just do that easily, and it's not like, you know,
Right.
no one's like, oh, you didn't watch it yet, you idiot. Like, you're just like,
Right.
that's your thing.
Right.
You're good.
Right. And I did. And for me, my Disney Plus comes with my phone. I don't pay extra, and they don't have any other. It's not like I am giving up. Like with Verizon, there's these things you can pick. You want this, you want this, you want this. For me, I took the Disney bundle.
Yeah.
I get Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. I don't pay more.
For $3 a month for the year on a Black Friday deal for Hulu with Disney Plus.
See, there you go.
It's not there anymore. Baymax was tweeted or texted me asking me, and I haven't responded yet. But if he's watching the show, it was only on Black Friday, and so that's the reason why I'm going to have Disney Plus and Hulu for the year. Is for that reason.
But if you're paying month by month, like my boss does, then it makes sense you would turn it off until next May, April, whenever it is, March, when the Bad Batch comes on. If you even care about that, maybe you wait until, like my boss does, maybe next November you turn it back on and you catch up with the Bad Batch and the Acolyte and the Skeleton Crew, and in January you turn it back off again. I don't know. It's up to you guys. That's just how that works. Anything else, Jason? For the better good?
I think we did it. So. I'll drop some more Skeleton Crew stuff over on the subreddit. So if anybody wants to go over there and join it and talk about it over there, then by all means, keep your eye on it. I'm not sure if I'll do it over the weekend or not. I might. Just kind of trying to figure out how to do the schedule and how to release stuff so that people enjoy the little bones I'm throwing.
My head's hot. Wearing that hat. So there's no, that's good. There's other news coming, and you guys, if you follow us on Discord, we have channels. Star Wars Meg has a great Discord community. I've got a Discord community. Jason's got one. The Bestman will sneak in from time to time. He's not really active on the Discord, but the rest of us are. And come find that subreddit. Right? It's Star Wars News, all one word, Star Wars News subreddit, and you'll find postings there. Jason and I are going to be seeing if we can get more automated postings on that Reddit, but and then get them to show up in our Discord. So it's another way to stay connected to the news. I think Bestman's got some stories he's waiting to line up. You've got some stories, just waiting for the time to be right. Mm-hmm. What was the old saying? No, there was a commercial. Mm-hmm. We will sell no something until something. What was that?
I don't know. You're missing too many nouns and adjectives in that one for me.
Rural Farm Boy will probably get it. He's my age. He'll remember it. No wine before it's time. Was that it? It was. I think it was. I think it was a wine.
Here until it's time, says Skywalker's Academy.
I think it was wine. But anyway, all right. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, Jason, and you guys. Thanks for the super chat, Fitz. Oh, you're amazing. You're amazing, my friend. Thank you for that Christmas gift. And Yachty.
That's amazing, Yachty.
Look at that.
Good job.
Look at that. I have my very own Funko Star Wars Santa right there. I've got I've got the lightsaber is right here. I got a blue lightsaber. That's fantastic. And got a present in the hand there. It's me. It's me. And right on the box, it says Star Wars Santa. All right. So there's not like, hold on a second. Right here. It says, right on the box, Star Wars Santa right there. Look at that. It's me. I have a Funko of me. Thanks to Yachty. Thank you for this, Yachty. What a great present. I appreciate that. Hey, I see other folks showing up in the chat. Dork Wars. Thanks for stopping by, saying hey. Jason, have a wonderful weekend, my friend.
Man,
take care. And we'll talk to you. We'll keep our eyes on the old Reddit and on the Star Wars, making Star Wars, and your show. Are you going to live stream today, or?
I don't know. I'm kind of live streamed out at the moment.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we'll catch you all later. All right. You guys take care. Thanks for being here. And until next time, my friends, may the force be with you always. Bye-bye.